Right, compared to my usual videos, this is a bit different. The camera I usually use to film, it shows to give up the ghost, so I'm in a spot of bother. I got Bristol tomorrow, so I don't really have much time left to get this week's video done. I've spent too much faffing about trying to get it to work, and I'm now in trouble. So I've got a plan B. We're going to go on eBay and laugh at some listings. What on earth is this listing? Right, this is like Triang clockwork stuff. I've filmed a video on this stuff before. I have a train set, and I wasn't happy with how it came out, so I never actually released it. But I do really like these clockwork engines. You know, I like them more than I should. I think they're really fun to mess about with. But I like how this one's been given like an actual identity. So, hello Fred. This one at the bottom is actually an earlier version. It's really similar to the Nelly body. It's just been messed about with and tweaked a bit just so they can fit like the clockwork system into it. That little hump up there is actually where the spring is. So as it unwinds, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And so that's the top of the spring underneath that. These two came much later, and I think they're nowhere near as nice as the original. The back coupling's a bit crappier. There's no valve gear, which I guess is also kind of good. It means less resistance, which means the spring's going to run for longer, but they're not all that powerful. So yeah, the wheels are pretty coarse as well. So when you run them over like modern points and stuff, it's just bang, bang, and they jump off the tracks constantly. They're really light, but you know, I like them more than I should. 57 quid, and it's a bid. You'd be lucky if you got 60 quid for these all together. But considering this is a bid, I'm going to imagine this guy doesn't really know the value of these. Watch it now, he's got like a massive, like, just store dedicated to model trains. Cali Pug, about 10 quid. Hornby 101, 10 quid. Triang Nelly, 10 quid. Realistically, I'd say that like this is a 30 quid lot at best. However, this Nelly has been repainted quite nicely as well, based off the one photo I get. I don't like that the two sides of where the nameplate would have been haven't been sanded off, but other than that, it's alright. I like that it's got a crew, but it's way too much. What else does this guy have? This is the old style of B12. This was made for ages and ages. This dates back to Triang days. I'm tempted to say these are technically better than the new Hornby ones. Not because they're better models, I think they look way, way worse. I like them, but they're worse. But more because these are more reliable. The early batches of the Hornby B12s were terrible. The motors burn out all the time in them. I don't know if they fixed that problem or if it's still like a massive hindrance on them. But honestly, I'd rather take my gamble with one of these. Not for this price. You know, this price is outrageous. But I've got one of the old Triang ones, and it is a bit noisy. Honestly, it's not the greatest runner I have, and the wheels always try jumping the tracks. So I would kill to get one of these like later releases. I think they finally packed them in around 2010, not long before they did the re-release. Not the re-release, the retooling. Yeah, they made a BR Blue version, which looks really cool. Hornby B12. I don't know why it's in the Bachmann box, but it is the Hornby one. I don't think anyone else has made a 00 gauge B12. This was made as part of a train set called the Anglian, I think. Oh, it looks awesome. You know, they never actually wore BR Blue in real life, but I think it just looks beautiful on them. It came with like these awesome blood and custard cholestery coaches as well. I think that's the only way you could get blood and custards of them. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure. Honestly, I really want to get my hands on that train set because it just seems like a really fun thing to have. What other B12s are for sale? That's a Triang one. I think the money on that is a bit stupid. So yeah, these three here, they're all the same tooling. Just these two here have been upgraded a bit. They've been given modern printing and they've been given handrails, and that's it. You know, what else do you want me to say it's had? I get why these BR Blue ones are a little bit more valuable than the green. You know, they didn't make too many of these and they're pretty desirable because they look really cool. And here's a modern one. I love how these look. The finish on them is just simply amazing. I like how you can see inside the frames, but they're just too unreliable. You know, they look amazing. I'd kill to have one, but you can't really take the gamble because of how unreliable they are. What the hell? That's a Scotsman tender. Please tell me there's a nice photo of them together. No? Oh, that's a shame. It's really dirty though. Anyway, enough about B12s. Let's search spares and repairs, because I always find really funny stuff while doing that. I feel really bad looking at spares and repairs and laughing, because yeah, I'm laughing at someone else's misfortune, but sometimes it is just really funny looking at some of this stuff. It's like failed projects, ideas that really shouldn't have been done, but also some slamming deals. I've had some amazing bargains searching secondhand. In the past, I've bought an E2 for like 10 quid. The only catch being it all got disassembled, but it was all there, and it honestly, it ran amazingly. These 1400s, I would avoid them like the plague. I know Dapple's just released the new ones. I don't think anyone's done a review on them yet, but I know the 517s or 513s or whatever they are, the predecessor to these has come out, and everyone said they run amazing. I have a couple of them. One was just given to me because it didn't run, and honestly, it's fine. It took a little bit of faffing about, but it was literally the chassis designs are really bad. There's actually a spring in the middle connecting the pickups to the motor. And the pickups are with like weird plungers, which always get gummed up and don't pick up anymore. But it's a really bad design. But there's a spring in the middle, and all I had to do was replace it because it went walkies. That looks awesome. I'm kind of sad it's actually broken. I'm going to guess it is split chassis and the axle has snapped and the wheels have spun. That's a shame. That's a really nice model. It's a shame it's happened to this. But that's a really easy fix, and whoever gets it and knows what they're doing are going to have an absolutely amazing time with it. I don't know how to feel about this. What the fuck? Oh, you poor thing. Right, I'm going to assume this has gotten wet at some point or been like around condensation. Because I don't think this is like again knocked about. I think it's gotten wet and started corroding, and then peeled all the paint off in that section. Oh, you poor thing. I don't know what this wire's for either. Oh, you poor thing. You are not worth 30 quid. I feel bad for you though. I'd love to take a gamble on one of these like 8Fs, but I'm really bad at fixing Hornby 00 stuff. I don't know how. I always just somehow make them worse, despite the fact it's the same concept as anything else. I'm just really bad with them. You know, I had an 08, killed it. R1, I just killed it. I'm really sad about that one actually. On R1 chassis that was in the kit, killed it. I'm really bad with them. I'm really bad with 00 stuff. Triang stuff though, I'm really good with. This here is a really, really early Princess. Those wheels there are all plastic, and I guarantee that it runs like a pig. That there is a plunger. It's got two plunger pickups either side, so instead of the wheels being metal and picking up, it's these two little plungers that come out either side, and they are terrible. And 20 quid! Honestly, as like a collector's piece, it's amazing. Oh, that cab's cracked, which is unfortunate, but actually, how straight is it? That's pretty straight for one of these, especially how early it is. You can see that the cab's deformed slightly. The front's bent a little, but honestly, for one of these, is pretty good. I would happily have that. No fucking way. It's got the boxes as well? What? That is awesome. If I had money, I would buy that. That's so cool. Oh, you poor sods. Right. In a previous video, I've gone on about trying plastic before. I don't know if they're using like a polystyrene or an acetate or something, but I can't remember what it is. I think it's like polyacetate. I don't know. I'm not good with plastics, but the early plastics, they like to warp as they got older. So these two are really early ones. You know, look at this. It's like the main road outside your house where you got pothole this side, pothole that side. That's a little bit of road that's still usable, and there you go, pavement. Honestly, undrivable, and I feel really bad for this. You know, these are just gonna have their chassis pinched and nothing more done to them. You know, front of that guy smashed in. These are really worthless, and I feel quite bad for them. But that's how the cookie crumbles. I guarantee that's bad motor. I'm not going to look because how confident I am. Watch this have like split axles or like the motor's failed. Yep, split axle, called it. 30 quid though, it's not terrible. The axles are like, I don't know, how much are they actually? Yeah, 6-7 quid to get your model running again, that's not terrible. This makes me sad. Yeah, this H-Class here came out around 2016, I want to say, as like this limited edition model, and as a kid I just adored it. All I wanted to do was have this exact model here, and now they go for like 300 quid second hand, which is stupid. They're not worth that. They had motor problems, odds are it doesn't run. But seeing just the body here makes me sad, and it looks like someone's broke the buffer. Honestly, that makes me so sad. They're doing a re-release though. I don't know if it's the same number. I doubt it. But they're doing a re-release of the H-Class in this livery, so I'm happy again. Odds are I'm not going to get it and then wait for them to go on sale. I would love to get my hands on one of these N2s and like try do a 2-rail conversion or a 3-rail one. It's a bit pointless. I know they released 2-rail versions, but I think it'd be fun to do. But it is completely pointless. I would like to do a comparison with this and like the later versions of these. I know Triang also did an N2. I think it was based off like a Trackmaster one, or like was just a Trackmaster one with British Railways scribbled on the sides, and it's such a freak. You know, the first two that came out was the Princess and something really similar to this, and they were terrible. Both of them were really, really bad, and I really want one of those Trackmaster N2s. 60 quid for a 9F. I think the front's a bit warped, but nothing seems wrong. Oh, right, it's got Mazak rot. This chassis will crumble to pieces. Oh, and the pony's not even connected. In other words, this is off in the bin. That makes me really sad, actually. I like the 9F. I would really like to have one, but I don't really think this is a great model of one. Hornby used to make stuff like this. This looks goofy. I really like these. You know, for 20 quid, I'd honestly buy one of these. Not even for like a video or anything, or like to run, just to have like on a shelf. Check out these controls. Honestly, it's so goofy. I adore them. I love them. You can see the spring in there actually. Oh, it's missing a buffer. I know they did this massive O-gauge Princess, but the thing is, it goes for like silly money. Oh, there's none for sale. Cock. That's a railroad one. Just looking at that photo. Yeah, it's railroad. It's got the basic detailing. 80 quid though, DCC fitted. That's pretty good actually. I'd be quite happy with that. These kit built? Alright, these look pretty gross actually. That top one looks alright. But it also looks like all the doors have been drawn on, so yeah, maybe actually won't touch those. Like what's that? Oh, that's those are all destinations on the roofs of these. Part of me wants to like these, but they're also really gross at the same time. I know I got really low standards for models, but come on. Nelly! Has that gone green? There's supposed to be valve gear here. This has gone green. These are supposed to be a really light shade of blue. I don't know if it's been varnished or if it's been exposed like a smoker, but it's not supposed to look like this. Also, what the fuck? That coal looks terrible. What's happened to the body there? Why is it melted? You poor thing. You can see bits of blue seeping through. It's also had a repair there. It's been done poorly. Oh, you poor thing. I would like to save you, but no. This is a Lima 08, and I love them. I know it says 09 on the corner. It's basically the same thing. There's not many differences. Honestly, they look amazing for how old they are. Yeah, the handrails are molded, big deal. You can put separately fitted ones on. Prior to this, your only other choice for a really good 08 was the Hornby 001 or Go Kit built. But the Hornby 001 had like this really ugly screw by here, which sort of ruined the whole thing. Yeah, it had separately fitted handrails on the side, but they were very ugly in the way they did them. I think the Lima model is way better. I want to like get my hands on a BR green one. The era that I like, well, the period in time that I claim to model is 1960-ish, like early 60s, because that's when you had early diesels like the 08 getting introduced, and then really dirty, grimy steam, and that's my favorite look for steam. It's just that dirty, grimy, sooty look. I don't know, something about it just calls to me. So I really would like to get my hands on a Lima 08 or 09. There's no difference. The only difference is I think like the 09 goes like 10 miles an hour quicker. So instead of doing 15 everywhere, you do 25. I think this is the same seller as earlier with all those really gross coaches. This one looks really nice. I like this. That's going to turn into a bit more, I know it. 50 quid for a Lord of the Isles. I remember looking before for one of these, and I can't remember how much they wanted, but I think 50 quid's a pretty good price for them. You know, it looks really good actually. That front coupling's bent a little, but it's not that big of a deal. Mind you, I don't know if this runs, but this looks really clean. I think they still make the Lord of the Isles, or at least did really recently. I think it was in like one of the Hornby remembrance train sets, or commemorative train sets. And it still used this original like moulding. So I think that goes back to what? 60s? A 60-year-old tooling still being made nearly to this day is mad. I don't think it's had like any adjustments either. I don't think it's been given handrails or like any quality of life updates. I think it's been given a new chassis and that's it. It's not being painted the same way as before. It's been updated the way they paint it, but besides painting a new chassis, I think it's still original to how it was before. What are these? I have never seen these before. Actually, are these Hornby 00? Oh, I think there's a Hornby 00 actually. I thought they had wires coming out of them to change the signals, but no, it's just this rat's nest that threw me off. Right, I'm underwhelmed. Right, the Mac's about to die, so I think that'll be a good place to call it. Thank you so much for watching. I upload every single Saturday, and if you enjoyed the video somehow, feel free to come back next week, where hopefully I'll have everything back to normal with my camera. Fingers crossed. So, see you next week. Take care now. Bye bye.